Welcome to Complete Guitar Lessons. I'm Brad Allen. I'm a professional musician who's also spent over 10 years teaching private guitar lessons, and now I'm trying to pass along all that knowledge to you. Today we're going to be talking about basic music theory for beginning guitarists. And what this lesson will allow you to do ultimately is find chords anywhere on the guitar. In the beginning, power chords, and then eventually bar chords. It'll also allow you to solo in any key on basically any song on the guitar. So with that in mind, let's get going. By the way, I do want to mention too, if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to the channel. I'm adding new videos every week and I don't want you to miss any of them. All of them are really important and will really help you grow as a guitarist, so please subscribe. We're going to go first to the piano. So the reason we're using the piano is it's easier to visualize things on the piano from a theory standpoint and then carry that over to the guitar. So you don't have to know a lot about the piano, but again, it's a good visual tool. So what I'm going to show you here, first of all, is the musical alphabet. You have a musical alphabet that repeats. It's short. It's not like the regular alphabet. It goes like this: C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And then it repeats again. D, E, just goes on up the keyboard. If you start on A, here's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. So the thing to notice here is the alphabet starts on A and it ends on G. That's it. There is no H. Why is there no H? I don't know. It has to do with the physics of sound, I'm sure, but you don't need to know that. What you do need to know, though, is what those basic notes are. Just A through G. The next thing you need to know, if you look at the piano here, you have 3 keys here, 3 black keys, followed by 2. And it does that all the way up and down the keyboard. So if you look at any 2 keys right next to each other, any 2 adjacent keys, so that would be, for instance, B to C, or C to this next black key to this key. Basically, they have to be right next to each other. That's called a half step. So you need to know that. If I have a key in between, for instance, C to D, there's a half step in between there. That's called a whole step. 2 half steps make a whole step. So just remember, 2 keys right together with nothing in between them is a half step. If I have a key in between, that's going to be a whole step. So from B to C sharp, I have a note in between there, so that's a whole step. The important thing to notice here is, as I go up the keyboard, you can see that just about every single key has a black key between them. Every single white key does. The only exceptions to that are B to C and between E and F. Every other key, you have a black key in between them. One other thing to understand here, if I'm going up the keyboard, if I'm thinking this way, if I go C to this black key, that's C sharp. If I go down, that's C flat. If I go, same thing up here. Here's D. If I go up, that's D sharp. Here is D flat. Now, because there is no black key again between B and C and E and F, that's the only place, it's different. Here's what I mean. If I'm on B, there is no B sharp really, it's just C. So I'm going from B to C. Or up here, if I go from E, there is no E sharp, it's really just F. So there's no black key there. Same thing here if I'm going down. If I go from F, and I go, instead of F flat, I've got E. So just remember those 2 places. Now I'm going to show you how that applies to the guitar. Okay, so on the guitar, it's going to be the same way, only instead of having a keyboard, we have a fretboard. So now looking at the fretboard, basically each fret is a half step. So that's like 2 adjacent keys on the keyboard. So if you go, here's G, this is G sharp, or this is G flat, and that is how you find your notes on the guitar. Just remember what I said before, and that is, if you were going, for instance, to C, which is here, there is no C flat really, it's B, because there's no black key between those 2. And same with E. If I'm playing E, I go right to F. It's not E sharp, it's just F. So again, the only thing you need to know really compared to the piano is that those are half steps. In my next video, I'm going to show you the 6 most important notes to know on the guitar that will help you to solo in any key. It'll help you to find those chords in every key. So watch that video next. We'll see you next time.